Okay, so we have logged into the WordPress backend. This is what you should see or something similar. A quick overview if you haven't used WordPress. This is a way of navigating the backend on the left side. We don't use the post feature. You can access the media library, though this site doesn't really have a lot of photos. Pages is what you might mostly use. We also don't use the projects or comments feature. I don't really know that you'll need to use any of these other administrative pieces. So let's just dive into editing a page. First, I want to show you a bit about the way that we have this built. It's built on Divi as a framework. Divi allows us to create any complex layout, leverage some other plugins to like the slider. But there's also some custom plugins that were made specifically for this site. One of them being the video feature, and I'll show you how to use that. So let's just go through how Divi is structured. So once you click, the way I get back and forth between the WordPress backend and the site is I click right here. Just click this page, and it'll take either to the backend or to the front page. So now we're on the front page, and it is exactly as a guest would see it. You will see a header bar up here that gives you some tools as an administrator. Edit page allows you to edit the page in WordPress. We don't really use that. We use Enable Visual Builder. The D represents Divi. Because this is built on Divi, this is what we'll use. So you click that, and the page will reload. What you'll notice is that it is essentially exactly as the guest sees it. But when you hover over content elements, you see these boxes around all the different content pieces. What they represent, the blue boxes are the sections. The green boxes are the rows, and the brown or black boxes, the gray boxes, are the content pieces. And so the way that you can see I like to view all these other tools down here as well. This will show you the layers, and it'll maybe add some clarity around what these different terms are. So a section is the largest container. So this is a section, and then there's always a row beneath a section. There are columns which separate content from left to right. And sometimes it has 3 columns, like in this area down here, but this is a 2-column spread. And then it has a text section and an image section. So that's sort of the overview of how the structure of the Divi framework works. Is it has these nested content pieces, and you stack section on top of section. So this is a section, and this is a section. This is a section. So on and so forth. You'll notice that some of the sections are green. So up here, this is a green section, and also right here, this is a green section. What the green section represents is that it is a global section, meaning that if you make any edits to this section, it makes those edits across the entire site. So this is a specific type of global section called the header. So this is where we would edit any navigation. I would not recommend doing that right now, but it is how you would edit the navigation. This is a section that is what I've called the choose your own adventure section. And any edits here cascade across the entire site. That is a good overview. So let's go back and let's imagine that we wanted to edit a page. So I don't think we made any edits. Let's make sure we didn't. Let's discard those and come back to here. So if you wanted to edit a page, you could go through here to find the page that you want to edit. But I typically like to navigate to the page via the site. So I'll just go back to the site, find the page that I want to navigate to, Self-Care for Creators, for instance, and see the site, see the page. This is what I want to edit, Enable Visual Builder here. It reloads. and now I can edit the sections here. The slider does not look exactly like it does for the guests, but it sort of stacks all here, and then when it presents for the front end, it moves it into that slider feature. But let's imagine that we wanted to edit this text. So what I just did there is I just clicked the content. We could change the text by clicking the content, change the text like this, and that typically works just fine. What I find that happens sometimes if people are trying to copy and paste, oftentimes what's embedded in the copy is also a bit of HTML formatting, and that can really disrupt the site. So what I really recommend doing is if you want to make an edit, you click that gear at the top. Sorry, I kind of moved quickly there, but click the section. This pops up. This is the module settings. The settings here opens up this text area here, and you can also see the raw HTML here. So if we wanted to edit the text, we would edit the text here, and that way we know that it is really pure, clean text. None of those edits are something that we want to keep, so I just canceled, and we can also make revisions by going to this revision history. I'm going to go back to the previous setting that it was when we loaded the page. Great. Okay, let's say that we wanted to add a link to this section here, this content here. Maybe there's a YouTube link for a breathing exercise. What I did there is select the text that you want it to link to, click this button here, it'll open up this insert link dialog, put your YouTube link here, the title of the video here, and because it's an external link, meaning it's not inside the site structure, you typically want to have that open into a new window. Anything that you're referencing inside the site, it's fine to just keep it as a target none, but because it's an external link, let's have it open up in a new window for the guest, for the user. Great. See, it shows it's a blue link here. It automatically formats it into a white link here, which is part of our style guide. So if we wanted to keep this and save it, any edits you do, you have to click save. Because we don't want to save it, let's just go ahead and undo all of that. Great. Okay, so that's how you'd edit text in that section. Editing text here is also the same. You would change the title here, change the text here. And what I mean by the clean HTML code is when you click here, you see it doesn't have a whole lot of formatting. It doesn't have like font size and bold. It just has H1 because part of the design has a style is it takes the H1 and it formats it like this. So what I like to do if you're really being careful and you wanted to paste something, you could paste it directly right here between the H1 tags. Alternatively, you could just type it here. So that's a quick overview on how to edit the text on a page. Let's go ahead and exit Visual Builder and discard edits because we want to keep the page as it was. Okay, now let's imagine that we're on a different page, perhaps navigating Negativity Online, and we wanted to add, we have a lot of sliders already, but let's imagine that we wanted to add another slider content section. We'll go to Enable Visual Builder. We see these are the sliders rows. So the way that the sliders are structured is that they all are nested into a single section, but the sliders themselves are a row. This is important because let's say we wanted to add a new slider between the purple and the blue one. We could click here, add a new row. We're going to add it from a library because I already have them saved as a template format. We have a blue and a purple already. Let's add an orange one inside of that. Click use this row. It adds this orange templated section here. Simply go in, edit the text as you'd like. A few things. One, this text, again, if you get stuck and it wants to do this and wants to show you the editor here, and you don't want to see that, just click off of that, and then re-click that section or that module, click the gear, edit the text here. Perfect. Save that. You can edit the text in each one of these slides individually. Let's say that you didn't want 6 slides and you only wanted 4. You can click this and you can delete the last 2. Let's say that it only had 4 or 6 in the template, but you wanted to add more. The best way to do that is to click the last slide, or the slide that you want to add a slide after, and click duplicate. It's going to automatically add a slide behind. You can keep doing this. Again, the text is editable. It accepts bold and hyperlinks. I believe it also takes italicized text as well. Just basic HTML. I wouldn't recommend trying to add an image into any of these slides. Great. So that's how you add a slider row. And you can do that with the orange, blue, or purple. Each one of them is available by clicking the Add from Library, slider blue, slider purple, slider orange. We just added the orange one. The blue and purple work identically. Part of the custom code is that you never have to edit this copy to clipboard link. That's automatically built in so that it takes whatever this text is and adds an anchor tag to that section. Okay. Now let's imagine that we wanted to add a video. So, like I said, all the sliders are rows. The video sections are they're sections. So we'll have to go at the bottom of this section, and you can see where it ends because it adds this blue area here. And all of a sudden you have a new add new section here. Click add. Again, add from library. Section video. Use this section. And now you have the section here that you can edit. Edit the text like we discussed. The video is a custom plugin. So what you'll do is you'll open up the module settings and you'll see that it's just a custom bit of code. It's really important to just keep these parameters as is. And what you want to edit is this data ID. This is the YouTube ID. So if we wanted to add a YouTube video from Jed Foundation, then we could go here, select that bit of the YouTube ID, and then we would paste it right here. Great. Whatever we want the title of that section to overlay, we would add that right here in the data title. If we don't want that, then we can simply, if we don't want a title at all and we just want to have that video, we can delete that altogether. Great. So that's how you add a slider. That's how you add a video. Again, this is a live page, so I'm going to be very careful and return it to its previous setting. And for the sake of extra clarity here, or safety, I'm going to exit Visual Builder without saving, and the site is as it was. Let's say that we wanted to edit this page, the top of this page here. Again, we'll go to Edit Visual Builder. It's built slightly differently. It's not text that's built onto the page via the what you see is what you get editor. It's actually part of the the page's metadata. The way that you access that is click that menu option there, click the gear. This is going to open up page settings, and here you'll see the excerpt right here. And this is how you would edit the page title as well as the excerpt. Okay, the last bit of content that you may want to edit is content on these topic pages. So let's navigate to the depression topic page and enable Visual Builder. Much like the rest of the site, the content is very easily editable here. Simply edit that text and click the checkbox. You'll see here that if you wanted to add a link, you can do that. Whatever the text is, your hyperlink, because it's an external site, we want that in a new window. Let's say that we wanted to add text to this things to avoid area. So what I would do, rather than clicking this box, adding a text module, what I would recommend doing is actually duplicating one that we like. So we like this module, I'll duplicate it, and then I'll move it over into the column that we want it to exist in. And now what that did is that rather than having to recreate the style from scratch, it carries all the styling that we have in that from that previous one into this new one. And then we can come here and edit the text. Great. This resource section also works just like everything else. You click the module. It's not a text, it's a blurb, and then it has the titles here, the description, and then whenever you click it, you click the link here, and then you put whatever the link URL you want it to go to there. Because it's an external link, you want it to open in a new tab. And that should do it. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email, jamesbrandell@gmail.com. Also happy to hop on a video chat and walk through this in more detail. Thank you very much, and let me know if you have any questions.